Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. So I'm in the process of getting ready right now. I'm gonna just do like a really quick glam because I want to take pictures and stuff later with Hector. So I figured I would just film myself getting ready. I'm probably gonna speed through some of these steps because I have filmed this look before. It's just like my everyday makeup look. Salon Perfect 614 lashes. Same old, same old. If you guys are interested in any of the recipes that we're doing, I am going to be filming them. I'm going to do it voiceover style though, just because I have like a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing and I feel like talking through it is just like too much, just because it's like too much. So I will leave a timestamp right here if you guys want to skip through that and see all the recipes that we are doing. And if any of you guys want to make them, I will also leave them in the description box below. I just did my brows off camera because you guys know the struggle with my brows, but I used my Kokie brow pomade. And don't mind my nails, I need to get them done. And then also, of course, my NARS Soft Matte Concealer and my CoverGirl brow pencil to outline. For foundation, I'm going to use the Clinique Even Better foundation. I think I'm going to mix it with my Makeup Revolution. So in the Clinique one, I'm going to use the shade Golden Neutral. Using a lot of my Makeup Revolution stuff because honestly I'm being like lazy right now and I'm kind of like in a rush, and all of my Makeup Revolution stuff is like right here next to me. Ooh, that's a lot of nose highlight, but that's why I'm using like a lot of Makeup Revolution stuff. These freaking highlighting palettes are amazing. Like, you guys have to go get them, seriously. Like, ugh, they're perfect. Makeup is done. Probably doesn't look the greatest because I was just rushing. My lip color is the Kokie Cosmetics lip liner in a warm nude, and then over top I have the matte lipstick, and this one is in shade Sienna. This is like my current new favorite nude lip combo. It's so pretty, super comfortable on the lips. So I'm gonna go downstairs and finish up and see what Hector's doing. Okay, so this is the table setup. The table mat I got from Walmart. It's, as you can tell, it's a little bit too small for our table, but whatever. It was only like $2. And I wasn't planning on decorating the table. It was kind of like last minute, so this is all that I could find. I just got it yesterday. So then I also got these little plates. It's literally just gonna be me, Hector, and my dad, but I wanted to make it festive. The plates are also from Walmart, and these are little dessert plates from Walmart. Another set of plates. And then I got these candles yesterday, actually from TJ Maxx. They're actually Yankee candles, and they were on sale. Like, they were a lot cheaper. I know these are typically like $20 a piece or something, but I got them for like 10 bucks. Look at these cookies. Oh my gosh, they look amazing. Can put them down on the table. I guess I can move this right now and start adding this stuff. This candle smells amazing. I got it at TJ Maxx and it's bomb. I also have the wax warmer on. I have some more candles over there. They're all kind of like the same scent and they smell so good. Alright guys, so this is everything that's on the menu for our vegan Thanksgiving. Everything is super easy and super yummy. So First, we are starting off with dessert. Dessert is always first. So these cookies are the best cookies that I've ever made in my entire life. I'm not even being dramatic. This brand is my new favorite for food. It's the Just brand. I found these at Giant, which if you're in Pennsylvania, it's my local grocery store. So it's already pre-made cookie dough. So all we did was just roll the cookie dough into balls, and we just kind of separated them evenly so that we made all the cookies into like the same size and everything. So this little container made 2 batches of cookies, and they are so soft, so yummy. They're vegan, but they don't taste bland or anything, so super delicious. Definitely recommend them. So we just popped those in at 375 degrees for 10 minutes. So it's literally super easy to, if you want like a sweet snack. I literally just made them again today because it's that time of the month, and you know how that goes. But yeah, look at how good they look. Oh my gosh, I love them. You guys have to try them. You will love them. Okay, next we are doing some red velvet cake. We just decided to do it like the lazy girl way and just get the box one. So we're just following the ingredients in the back, but we're kind of switching some things out. So instead of using 1 cup of water, we're using 1 cup of almond milk. Instead of using 3 large eggs, we're using some flax egg. And then instead of using the oil, we're going to use some melted vegan butter. So you want to start by just dumping in your dry ingredient, of course, into a big bowl. And then you're going to take your golden flaxseed meal. So basically with this, all you do is you just take, I believe it's 3 tablespoons. On the back it tells you exactly how much is equal to like the amount of eggs that you need. So you just add the water into the flax meal, and then you let it sit for like 5 minutes or so, just so it can get kind of a little bit hard and thick. And then we just decided to melt some vegan butter versus just using oil. You could use coconut oil as well if you don't want to use butter or oil. And then we just added in our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients, our milk. We used unsweetened almond milk, and then you can see here the flax egg is a little bit more of a thicker consistency, and it just helps to hold the cake together. And then you just stir it all around until you have no bubbles or anything, and until the cake is nice and smooth and creamy. So then we just put down some wax paper and we added the cake. I don't recommend using wax paper. It just makes it a little bit more difficult once you are adding in your mixture. So just a little FYI. Do as I say, not as I do. But we just popped that into a cake dish at 375 in the oven for 30 minutes. So now I'm going to show you guys our very easy icing. We got this recipe and most of our recipes from different YouTube videos. So you're just going to need some unsweetened almond milk, vanilla extract, powdered sugar, and some butter. If you don't want to use butter, you can always sub it out for coconut oil as well. So what you're going to do is just take 2 cups of powdered sugar. This is an excess amount. Had we known how much this was going to make, we would have used like half of all of these ingredients because it was too much. We didn't end up using all of the icing, and we also switched it to a bigger bowl because the other little measuring cup was too small. But here we used 4 tablespoons of vegan butter. Again, I would cut this in half. And then we also used 4 tablespoons of almond milk, and we got it unsweetened, and we use unsweetened almond milk for like everything. So just a little FYI. Oh my gosh, I don't recommend using this much vanilla. It was way too much. I would probably literally just use like a drop because it's very overpowering and it made the icing a little bit too sweet. It was really good, but I would definitely not use as much next time. But you can see once you mix it up for about 2 or 3 minutes, you get a nice creamy consistency, perfect icing, and we just iced our cake with it. And this with red velvet is literally perfection. So once again, you guys have to try this. Okay, next up is one of my favorite things. This is the Hispanic in me. I love rice. I can eat rice every single day. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I make Puerto Rican style rice en gandules. So you're going to start off with 2 cups of rice. You always want to make sure you rinse your rice until the water is clear. That's super important because you don't know what's in there. So did I just say I'm using jasmine rice? Yeah, jasmine rice is my favorite. So I'm just dumping it into a rice cooker pot that I have, and I'm just adding some water. You want to make sure that the water is elevated slightly above the rice, and this is just going to make the rice nice and moist. I hate that word, but it's just going to prevent the rice from sticking. So water is very important. You could use vegetable broth as well. And I just added a little bit of olive oil into the pot, and the gandules, of course. I just used 1 can and then I rinsed them, and I just added those in there, and then you can just season the rice to your liking. So I used sazon. I used 1 packet of this, and I just dumped it in there, and then this really gives it sort of like that orangey color. What I ended up doing was just adding some sofrito. This is actually sofrito that I made myself. So sofrito is basically just a mixture of cilantro, green pepper, white onion, I used some green onion, I used cilantro, onion powder, minced garlic, garlic powder, a little bit of salt, adobo, just a bunch of different things all mixed into one. I blended it all together and I just keep it in the freezer and I just use it every time I cook. This was the first time me making it and it came out delicious. So definitely recommend trying it. There's a ton of recipes on YouTube and online on how to make sofritos. So it really just brings the flavor and everything together. So I added about 2 tablespoons of that, and that is what everything looks like. So I just popped it into my rice cooker and I just clicked on white rice and I just let that sit for about 30 minutes, and that's usually how long it takes to cook. And then I just kept it warm throughout the entire day, and that is the final product. So I will link my rice cooker down below. It's literally a lifesaver. Okay, next up we have the sweet potatoes. So Hector calls these candied yams. I usually say sweet potato casserole. Let me know how you guys say it down below. But of course you're gonna need some sweet potatoes. You just wanna peel them and cut them into small pieces and then just let that come to a boil in a big pot. So for the spices, you're gonna need some cinnamon and also some marshmallows. You can use any marshmallows. These are just vegan because they have no gelatin in them. You can find them like at Whole Foods or Wegmans. Then you're also going to need some light brown sugar or regular brown sugar, some maple syrup, a little bit of ground cloves, some nutmeg, and some pure vanilla extract. You're also going to need some unsweetened almond milk. You can use any plant milk of your choice, and then of course some vegan butter. So what you want to do is once you drain the water out, you want to just mash up the potatoes with a masher as if they were mashed potatoes, because they basically are. They're just sweet potatoes. So once you mash them up, then you can go ahead and add in all of your spices. Hector did this to taste. So as he added, he tasted it as he went, because that's usually how we cook. We just don't like to have specific measurements unless we're baking, but for the most part, we just wing everything, and I feel like that's when it tastes the best. So he just tasted it as he went, added a little bit more sugar, added a little bit more nutmeg, a little bit of ground cloves. So he just really did this to his liking. I personally don't like sweet potatoes like this, but they are his favorite, so he had to make some for himself. Oh, and my dad likes them too. So then we just put everything into a dish and he just added some marshmallows over top, and then he just baked this into the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. I recommend not overflowing your marshmallows or these sweet potatoes into this container, because it did overflow once it was cooking. So just a little FYI, it still worked out and everything, but just use a bigger dish or don't fill it up as much as we did. All right, now we have the garlic mashed potatoes. So it's basically like the same exact concept. You want to just go ahead and peel your potatoes if you like. I personally like the skin in my mashed potatoes, so we just left it like that. So you're just going to want to let those come to a boil. Make sure you cut them up into small pieces, and you're going to need lots of butter. So we just use some vegan butter sticks, some garlic powder, some onion powder. We also use some garlic and minced garlic as well, because we're obsessed with garlic. And we just ended up mashing the pieces of garlic together just so it kind of like blends in with the mash better. Blends like it's makeup. And then we also used some pink Himalayan salt, some black pepper, of course, and you're going to need some unsweetened almond milk. Make sure that you get unsweetened if you're doing this. So like I said, we just let the potatoes come to a boil. You just want to poke your fork or a knife in, and once they're nice and soft, then you're going to know that they're ready. So once we drain the water, we just, again, use the same masher to just mash up the potatoes, get them nice and creamy. And just like Hector did, I just did this to taste. I just kind of added things as I went. I added like a stick of butter, some salt, some pepper, the garlic in there. I just mashed it up as you can see here. Lots of onion powder, lots of garlic powder, and a little bit of salt. So yeah, just do it to your liking and just wing it. Sometimes when you wing things in life, it just turns out better. So definitely try this recipe out because it's so good, as you can see. And we just added some chives over top, and that is it. Super easy garlic mashed potatoes. All right, now I'm going to show you guys one of my favorites, which is potato salad. So I used 4 potatoes. I just chopped them up and I let them boil. I didn't let them boil as long as I would for mashed potatoes, because you don't want the potatoes to fall apart too much. You want them to be soft, but not too soft. So I did it for maybe about like 10 or 12 minutes or so, and it wasn't a lot of potatoes, so it didn't take that long. So you're gonna need some vegan mayonnaise. You can use any mayonnaise, of course. And I just used 2 tablespoons of this, and I kind of just mixed it all around. And then you're gonna need some mustard. So if you know me, you know that I hate mustard. It's one of my least favorite things ever. I never use this on anything unless I'm making potato salad because it really kind of gives it that tangy flavor, which I think makes potato salad so good. So I just added the mayonnaise, the mustard, and I just mixed it all around. I didn't have any relish, but usually a lot of potato salad recipes call for relish, but it still tasted really good. So if you don't like relish or if you don't have it, you can still make it and it tastes bomb. So after that, I just added a little bit of white onion and some chopped celery in there, and I just mixed that all around. You can see I'm just literally winging this. I didn't make a lot of potato salad because it's not a popular dish in my family. I'm literally one of the only people who likes potato salad, so I just made a little bit for me. This is obviously not healthy, but it's one of my favorite comfort foods. Then I added some black pepper, and I also sprinkled some paprika on top, and then I just let that chill in the fridge for a few hours, and that is it. Very delicious. You guys, oh my gosh, I love potato salad. I could actually go for this right now. I made all this stuff last week, and I'm like craving it again. All right, next up we are going to do some mac and cheese. This was the first time that we made this on Thanksgiving, which probably wasn't the best idea because we didn't know if it was going to be good or not, but it was amazing. So what we have here are 4 chopped up and peeled yellow potatoes. We have 3 cubes of garlic, half of a white onion. And then you're going to need some baby carrots. This is 1 cup, and we just got the ones that are like pre-cut in a bag already. And you're also going to need some raw cashews. Make sure that you soak them in your fridge overnight with some water. We did it for about 8 hours. If you can't do it overnight, do it for at least 2 to 3 hours. It's just going to help them to blend better. And then you're going to need some tahini as well. You're also going to need some garlic powder and some onion powder. This is a must, I feel like, for Thanksgiving in general. Like, I love garlic and onion powder. You're also going to need some better than bouillon. We just got the vegetable kind. And then you're going to need some butter. We just used the same Earth Balance stick butter, which is amazing. And then we have a full lemon because you're going to need the juice of 1 entire lemon. You're also going to need some nutritional yeast. You can find this on Amazon, Walmart, or any Whole Foods or Wegmans if you have one near you. And then this is optional, but if you want to add this over top or to the bottom, if you want to bake your mac and cheese, you can add some cheddar diet cheese. So what you want to do is take your onion, carrots, and potatoes and just let those come to a boil. And then you just want to go ahead and add in your raw cashews to your blender. I will leave the exact measurements down below because honestly, we followed another video and it wasn't super specific, so we kind of just, we winged it, but that's where we got the amazing recipe from. So check the description box because I was so surprised with this. Like, oh my gosh, I could not believe how amazing this tasted and how easy it was. So it wasn't really difficult to make. I mean, it's kind of a process, but once you make it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing because it's like, how can you make cheese out of veggies? I don't know, but it worked. So you just want to add in all your veggies into the blender, and then you want to add in your spices. So we have our nutritional yeast. You can honestly just do this to flavor, especially when it comes to like how salty you want your sauce to be. We didn't use a ton of salt and a ton of onion and garlic powder, but next time we're definitely going to be doing that just because cheese is obviously very salty. So just do that to your liking. And you're also going to need, of course, 1 cup of almond milk. Make sure that you use something unsweetened so that it doesn't clash with like the salt or anything. So unsweetened almond milk is always the way. And then that is what everything should look like. And then what you want to do is just go ahead and blend everything away, and look at how creamy this sauce is. It's crazy. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I really thought this was going to be a fail because I've tried to make a cheese sauce before out of cashews and it was just nasty. It was just so bad, but it worked out. So then you're just going to use the pasta of your choice. We're just using these elbows, and of course you guys know how to make pasta. Like, it's super easy. You just let the water boil and then you just add your noodles in, and we made a lot of mac and cheese. Let me tell you, we still have leftovers, but look at this cheese sauce. Isn't that crazy? Like, I was so surprised. Me and Hector could not believe it. It tasted amazing too. So what we did, of course, we just mixed the cheese sauce all around, and you could just eat it like this, but we loved baked mac and cheese, so we just added a little bit of that diet cheese to the bottom of the pan, and we just added some breadcrumbs for a little bit of crunch, and then we just popped that into the oven at 350 degrees for about 25 or 30 minutes, just until the top gets kind of like golden. Now it's time for the garlic green beans. Can you guys tell we love garlic? So we just got got the family size of the bagged cut up green beans. Now on the bag it says to let them boil in some water for about 6 minutes, but that is going to come down to how you like your green beans. If you want them a little bit more crunchy, then just do 6 minutes, but we did actually about 20 minutes because we want them to be nice and soft. So we just added them into this pot with some water, and then these are the seasonings we're going to use. So some butter, some pink Himalayan salt, black pepper, and some minced garlic, and we totally just winged this, and we just added it all into a pot with the water and just kind of let that cook and really simmer so that all the juices can soak into the green beans, and that is it. We just put it into a container, and oh my gosh, these were so good. Green beans are definitely one of my favorite. You can see all the butter and the garlic. Oh, these were the bomb diggity. All right, next up, the buttered corn. This is very self-explanatory. So we used 2 cans of whole kernel corn, no salt added. We just added it to a pot. We used a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of pepper, and we added some butter, and we just let the butter melt on the stovetop. And this took maybe about 30-35 minutes, and that was it. Okay, now we have our roast. So we actually found this at Wegmans. It was so good. It was our first time having it, and it was delish. So it came with gravy and everything, and we just basically followed the instructions on the back. So we let this cook in the oven for about an hour and a half, and what we did was just ended up wrapping it in some foil, and we put it onto a pan. It says like I believe it's like the last 15 minutes you unwrap it, and then you just let it cook without the foil, and then that is it. For the gravy, we just heated it up in the microwave for about 5 minutes in a microwavable container. So now we have the roast. So this is actually, it's called a roast, but to us, it's more so like a ham. It has sort of like a ham-like consistency, and it's stuffed, and it's amazing. The other roast is more so like the turkey for us. So we just got 2 of them just to kind of make one whole quote-unquote ham. So now for the glaze, it's super easy. All you're gonna need is some brown sugar and some orange juice. We also did add a little bit of nutmeg and some ground clove just to kind of give it like that pumpkin spice sort of taste, which I honestly don't love pumpkin spice, but the ground clove kind of gives it like that spice flavor, and it's delicious with the ham. You want to just get the consistency of the glaze to be a little bit like a paste, like a little bit thicker. So once again, we totally just eyeballed this, and we just made it to our liking, just until we got it to be sort of like a consistency where it wasn't too thick and it wasn't too thin and watery. So just very much so personal preference. We just stirred it all around, and you can see here we added a little bit of the ground cloves, not too much because it's very overpowering, so just a dash is really all you need. And then what I did was just take a knife and just add some holes to the ham. You can cut this up if you want to. I guess we should have did that now that I think about it. It would have been a lot easier, especially when serving it, but it just looks prettier like this, I guess. But yeah, we just made some tiny little holes in it, and then I just added the glaze over top, and I just smothered it with glaze. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the reason I made the holes in it too is just so that the glaze will really like sink in and absorb into all of the areas of the ham, and I just added it over top. And then we just pop this into the toaster oven for about 30 or 40 minutes or so, and then that was it. So while this was cooking, we had the roast in the oven, and we put this in the toaster oven just to save time and, you know, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So that is it for the ham with the glaze. So that completes everything for our vegan Thanksgiving. The final thing that we did that I didn't show just because it was super easy, we just had some dinner rolls here that we got from our grocery store, and we just popped them in the toaster oven for about 10 minutes, and we just let them get nice and crispy, and then we just had those on the side with some butter. But those are all of the meals. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you want me to keep doing recipe videos. I can definitely show you guys my favorite healthy meals, my favorite comfort foods that are vegan. But yeah, this just goes to show you really don't have to deprive yourself during the holidays when it comes to being vegan. I know it can be really difficult, but you just have to do your research and try to find substitutes and really just be creative with your meals. So you don't have to just eat lettuce every single day. So just keep that in mind. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you very soon in a few days in my next vlog. Bye. Is 5:37. We just finished up cooking and everything, so now I'm about to get dressed and get ready to eat. Just turned my ring light on to get some better lighting, but it's like 6 o'clock right now. We finally finished everything. I just came upstairs to like touch up my lip color and get dressed. We're not going anywhere. I just want to take pictures So my top is from Forever 21. I'll just show you guys my full outfit. It feels so weird wearing a skirt like this, but I thought it went together nicely. My full outfit is actually from Forever 21. Hoops are from Target, and I'm just wearing my usual like jewelry. My watch was a gift. Hector got it for me like forever ago, and my hair is just natural because I was gonna straighten it, but I didn't have time, so that is my outfit. Okay, I just added a cardigan. I got this cardigan a couple months ago from TJ Maxx. Just a simple black cardigan, and I added a glossy lip. So I added the Makeup Revolution lip topper in Luxurious, and then I also added some burnt orange shadow in the crease. So I like this. I think I like it like this, like kind of just showing a little shoulder, because I'm not honestly 100% confident with my arms yet. So we're gonna cover them up a little bit. Okay, so this is what everything looks like. We have our candles lit. I still need to do shots of the food for the other part of the video, but we're gonna take everything out. And then we have some wine here. I've never tried this one, Roscato, but it looks good. It's like a sweet wine, so that is everything. And that is it for Thanksgiving. That is everything. I really hope you guys enjoyed all the recipes. If you guys try anything out, or maybe if it's like an inspo for any of your meals, please send them to me on Twitter or Instagram. I would love to see them. Thank you guys so much for everything, all of your love and support, not just today, but every single day. It does not go unnoticed, and I appreciate you guys so much. So I hope you guys had a wonderful time, and I will see you guys very soon in a few days in my next vlog. Bye!